Hey, my little pumpkins, I'm SDN Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. I told you we were going to get back to Grizzly Mine, and we were going to try to do some things with it. And I think this is a good part. This is a good turning point for the mountain, for getting things done back here, making an actual queue area, and we've got a lot of cool stuff going on. I've actually even from this recording, I've even changed I've changed a couple things that we'll look at in the real time, but I was thinking that what this ride, what I wanted it to have as far as what the people could see, and like as far as just coming into the Grizzly area, is I wanted more coaster interaction. I wanted a better presentation for this front area, because you have to figure this is a very, very high traffic area, particularly, like, I would assume even when we get the restaurant in, there are going to be so many people over here looking at this view. You saw in the cinematics, we've got an actual sign up. I've started to put a little town over in beside the mine, and I think this was long due. This was one of those original Wilderness Springs rides that we technically have never even done a proper POV of. I think once I get the mine shaft, like, you know, the actual lift hill themed and all of this area finished, we need to get a proper walkthrough and, you know, a POV out. You know, kind of maybe also want to wait until I'm like sure on the layout and the design. There's still a lot of things I got to work through. You know, just watching the POV is a little kind of out there just because of the swinging action of the mine train, and it is just kind of makes the ride look a little more wild than I think it would, like a little more neck snappy. Like, I don't know if you would survive getting off this ride, but this is one of those things where when I tell you guys, like, patience, my love. Like, as far as the water ride goes and all of the stuff you see going on in Wilderness Springs, we will get to it. I eventually make my way back to 95% of this stuff, and now, just like this week particularly, like the end of April, I am in a Grizzly Mine mood, and that is like just what my brain is focusing on. We jump all over this park. It is, if you're new, you just jumped on board the channel, you might be like, why is this freak all over the place? That's just the way my brain works in Planet Coaster 2, in Planet Coaster, in Planet Zoo, in every game. I have to skip around. It is just, it's become a part of the identity of my creative process. I don't like to sit around and do the same thing for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I think that doing it like this in the end gets you guys, not only gets you all a better product, but it helps me in the long run mentally to keep the projects going longer. It helps with abandonment, leaving projects behind, never touching them again. It's just, I've talked about it before, when a project starts to feel burdensome, like I'm not really having fun with it, like, you know, particularly in the YouTube headspace of things, where you start building just for YouTube and not necessarily for just the creative, like your own creative outlet. I think, for one, it shows in the videos. The audience can tell when you're running through the motions, when you're not enjoying what you're building. And I think that stretches across a lot of different genres, and the audience knows when you're not feeling it, when you're building just to be building, when you're putting out things just to put them out. And I just feel like with Wilderness Springs and the skipping around, the drive stays there, the consistency stays there, the quality of the builds, the quality of the product, videos, time lapses, cinematics, it all just works better when you're not forcing it, when you're really feeling a build. It's like, that's what I tell everybody that asks me about making videos. If you can make videos the byproduct of having fun, like I've told you guys before, if you can make it to where YouTube is just a fun, like bonus to you enjoying playing the game, your videos will smash. I mean, people will flock to the channel, to you, to the vibe, to the builds, to the projects. It makes all the difference when people do not think you're forcing it. And that is, luckily, I'm very, very fortunate, thankful to you guys for being so engaged with this build. It is one of those things where I'm just still having so much fun with Wilderness Springs. You know, we kind of talked about it in the last video. There's not really a reason to move on right now. I don't need to move on creatively, mentally. You know, I'm still invested in Wilderness Springs. You know, all of the above, creative, mental, you know, YouTube wise, sharing with you guys, even if a video's not ready, just on Twitter, Instagram, you know, all of that. That is it's just so fun to kind of plan out, like, okay, what am I going to show today? What is ready to be shown? What's not ready? What do I want to hit them with next? What do I want to tease next? It's all it's just like right now, it's just a very, very fun process. And one of the cool things about it is it's like, I don't even have enough time to show everything that's going through my brain. Like, there's like, I almost want to, it's almost like I pump the brakes a little bit. And just to not just be, on Twitter, X, whatever, Instagram, just throwing all kinds of different ideas and projects out, when nothing's really ready yet. And it's just kind of still like in the planning stages or in my brain. Like, I kind of had to pump the brakes a little bit on when I want to start a new park, just because nothing's even broken ground yet. And like right now, I feel like I am on such a good headspace with Wilderness Springs. I don't want to take away from that right now by worrying about a new park. So, a new park will come in due time. I'm sure it'll come sooner rather than later. You never know with me. When my brain, I could come down here next week and be like, I don't even feel like being in this park anymore. I have to start something new. But luckily for right now, that's not the case. I'm just as invested in Wilderness Springs story and 2.0 and finishing up the park just as much as you guys. Like, I want to see how it ends too. I don't plan far enough out to know. This is just it is a organic, fun, one of the funnest project I've ever been a part of, the funnest presentation I've ever put together ever since I've been on YouTube. Like 2013, I started my YouTube channel, and it might have been a couple years after that. I started uploading Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 videos, no mic, no nothing, just straight POVs and no time lapse, anything like that. So as far as like that goes, I've been at this a long time. I've never had a project I'm more proud of than Wilderness Springs and what we've put together with the launch of Planet Coaster 2. It has just been, it's just been a wild, I've just been tied to this rocket. And I'm just so thankful for you guys and, coming and hanging out with like a creepy 37-year-old dude making like fake theme park videos in his basement. Like you think about, you all are a bunch of creeps. But no, I am just having so much freaking fun with this. Every time we put out a new video, we are just inching closer to having a proper theme park ready to go. But anyways, let's jump over into the real time real quick. I'll show you what I got done and show you the direction of Grizzly Peak Mine. So hold on one sec. All right, guys, this is how everything sits as of April 28th. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? This is such a cool little area. We've got like the actual little sign in here now. Kind of got the, you know, like a little minecart kind of running off the track. And yes, this is, I just think this looks so much better. Now you've kind of got the, under the first drop kind of interaction where the coaster will kind of fly back through here. We'll kind of watch it a second. And this is just just an awesome kinetic energy spot. I'm gonna have to put some warning signs up back through there. Warning, grizzly bear activity is high. You'll be subject to encounters and possible attack. Hike at your own risk. And that is just, I think, a really cool turnaround right there, right on that little peninsula. I mean, some may argue that like having this sticking out kind of takes away from the presence of that first drop a little bit. But like I said, I just think it adds to the area. And you can see like how large of a space Grizzly Mine takes up. Like this is a large footprint ride, 2 different lift hills. We've got more track, you know, path interaction over here with the second drop. Just very, very fun. And check this out. I have learned, I have learned of a new place for yours Western pieces. I thought, why not have it over here on the side of Grizzly Mountain to where it looks like the guests, like when they're coming back here to go to the queue, they're like walking through this old mining town. And then of course the queue is actually going to take you back into the mountain. And, you know, we'll put some signage and stuff up here. And then of course the exit path can come out here too. But the street kind of ends with the general merchandise store right there. And obviously too, you'll get really good shots of the train coming by, everybody waving at the train, like get people waving from the train. I think that could be really, really cool. And the riding the train, the people get a good view of the Grizzly Mountain little town over here. Kind of like, it's really, I think it's pretty cool. It's almost like it's a spooky abandoned type mining town. And that is just, I think this looks so much better over here. And then, you know, the queue is going to cut through the mountain and kind of do some switchbacks and probably make its way, you know, over here. And, you know, we'll get some more of this kind of themed out and ready to go, and theme the station, get everything all, get the queue and everything all hooked up. And finally, Grizzly Mine will have a proper queue. So yeah, that is kind of what is going on with this area right now. It's getting a lot of my attention, just adding some more details to the mountain, to the queue, to the whole just little area over here. And, you know, I would think, you know, like a multi-million-dollar project like, you know, Grizzly Mine would be, the whole Grizzly Gulch area. I just think it needed some more kick back there, you know. It needed something more than just a long, you know, unfinished queue. And I think that's what we're kind of delivering with it now, you know, focusing our attention back over here on this side of the park. And I just think it has come out really, really cool. And, you know, I've kind of tweaked a little bit of the trees right here and just kind of helped the Grizzly Rock kind of peek out just a little bit more, kind of while you're, you know, while you're standing here, kind of getting you amped up for, oh, am I going to go ride this or not? And, you know, the coaster actually just kind of, you can see it winds its way in and out of the mine at the base of the mountain. Then kind of shoots you back over towards the water, underneath, behind the waterfall, backside of water. Kind of got a little bunny hop right here, and then it kind of shoots you over into the second lift hill area. And so yeah, we'll have to give this a, I'll show you what I mean. We'll let's give it a ride real quick and you can just tell that there is still, there's still a lot of tweaking left to go. Let's just get this up here because I've not done the actual shaft yet. So let's just ride this little sucker, and you can see that we got to do some work on some banking. Really good shot of Show Street back there, though. It's kind of your first drop. Definitely need some more banking right there. This tunnel is kind of aggravated. See, you got to remember you're tilting on a bucket right now too, so everything is kind of just throwing you everywhere. Got to push some of them rocks back. Little bunny hop right there. Kind of make your way into this little bit of a brake run up this second lift hill. And you kind of get up here and turn and make your way to the last drop. Put just a little piece of Western mining equipment up here. Really, really good shot of the manor right here. A little bit of Timberwolf's Revenge off to the left. Yeah, see, we got a lot to mess with on this. You know, I was even wondering if you guys, like, what would you think about even changing the car? You know, we don't necessarily have to go with the actual vector swinging mine train. There are a lot of things we could go with. Just show what I'll do is let me just show you some of them. See what they look like coming up the track here. This is the Wild Mouse. It's kind of like a single seater. Well, you know, 8 people. So, I mean, that could even be cool. Of course, that train's coming a little quick behind that other one. Oh no, here comes another one. But, here they come. I mean, you know, you almost get I could see Mystery Mine vibes from that one, you know? What's another one? What about this sit-down 6-seater? What was that, the Giovanni? Get up here, Giovanni. Let's see what you look like. This is the 6-seater. Not too bad. I think we could definitely, you know, possibly theme that out to look like a mine cart. Definitely not mad at that. So see, the point is you've got a lot of different options for cars. High Peaks Construction single rail. I have not seen this guy. Okay, we can add more cars to it. Let's add 4 cars to it. Kind of work on our capacity here. Did I test it? Oh yeah, here we go. Nah, don't really like that guy. That's a little kind of too big and bulky. What about... Sit down. Let's see what this one looks like. So, you know, you guys just be taking notes of this and just tell me what you think. You think we should switch vehicles, perhaps switch trains? Oh, that's got that really cool, almost like a very bulky Hulk type of look. You know, Hulk, Islands of Adventure. Pretty cool. Not very mine themey, but you know, I mean, you get the gist of just trying to change the style a little bit. If your guys' hearts weren't set on the swaying mine. Let me let you see it one more time. The mine cart, it just it definitely has that charm about it. It just looks like it's meant for this type, you know. I mean, it's just like I said, it has the character and the charm. But you guys have to let me know. I just don't like the POV necessarily, but for the aesthetic of it being a mine ride, it is it's kind of hard to beat those trains, isn't it? But you know, just let me know. And I got to give a shout out to my buddy Wolf Tenor. He was watching one of the videos earlier, and he said, "Hey man, I've got a skin that I kind of did from, like, based it off an old mill." He said, "I think it could look pretty cool in your Enchanted Forest section, and you know, kind of just make things look a little more, you know, whimsical back here." And I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. He's got the wings on it from, like, the what you call it, the I can't even think of it, the tower. I think it's like a Viking piece, like maybe the windmill, one of the windmill tower pieces. I just think it looks really, really cool. Hey, you know, coming back in the game a couple days ago, the people started going on the little kid coaster all of a sudden. So I don't know what changed. I just saved it and came back in, and they were riding it. So, you know, if you're having that kind of trouble, maybe back out of the game and come back in. One in the back put their hand up. Woohoo! See? Nothing too harsh, nothing too major, just a small kids coaster. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on back here. I did get that skin put in, so big shout out to Wolf Tenor on that. I think that definitely looks a little more Enchanted Forest-ish than what I had. A lot of people want to see a themed carousel, so I think we'll definitely have to get that put in over here at some point. I think Enchanted Forest most definitely needs a carousel. We've got the teacup ride over here, like we had mentioned, but a lot of people are wanting to see a carousel. Nothing really other than that. I have really been mine train focused since Sunday-ish. The only thing you will notice if you jump into the park file, probably tomorrow, I added another set of bathrooms here at the kind of like as you're leaving the Grizzly Gulch area and at the entrance of the Phantom Manor. So the guests will have a bathroom option there, kind of before you leave the land and make your way out here to, you know, Legend of Thunder Falls area. And Timberwolf's Revenge remains pretty popular. They are definitely making their way over here. Let's see if we get, before I let you go, let's see if this gives us a good cinematic. I cannot get a good cinematic from Timberwolf's Revenge. It just like sends you under the ground, and it's like up in tree bushes, and it will not give us a good one. So let's see if we can, come on game, give us a good, you're not starting out too hot. Okay, this one's okay-ish. Oh yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. I probably wouldn't have took that angle, but decent. Kind of missing a lot of the ride. This is kind of your little bit of a slowdown part right here, right before you go to this double down here, which it did not show us. That's your final little drop right there, right by the station. Kind of up into the station. So, you never know. The cinematic shots, they're kind of hit and miss. But yes, that is what is going on. That is your State of Wilderness Springs report. And don't forget, guys, you can stop by if you don't have time to kind of catch all these little videos during the week. we kind of do a breakdown video every Saturday, Saturday at the Springs, where you can kind of you dive in with us, and I go over everything that was changed or everything we made happen for that particular week. So definitely got that going on. This is your view kind of right on Show Street, kind of where the springs are. And you've got you've got Barnstormer right here at the entrance. Very, very cool, kind of looming over the area. And then of course, Grizzly Mine over there off to your left. And if you're new and wondering what these buildings are over here, this is the Wilderness Springs Water Park side of the resort. So it's a dual resort with a large, hotel resort and convention center over here on the water park side. So all of this area is, where you would stay. And we've got buses and, monorails and transportation and stuff that can get you across back to each park. So yeah, just think of this as a dual property resort. You've got your water park and your theme park, and you have this highway right here that splits it. So this is kind of all, resort property, and these businesses lease land from the resort, and they let them come in and build their retail space. This is Willow Grove. This used to be just kind of like a sleepy little wedding area, but we are going to turn it into a retail hub for the resort and things, just things for people to do and try when they're not, enjoying the park. So we've got a Bass Pro Shop over here that's anchoring Willow Grove, and you've got a Cracker Barrel over here, and we're eventually going to have a movie theater. And, this kind of out here is primed for more retail space as well. So yeah, we still have there's a lot of fun to be had. And I hope you guys will continue to join us in the story of Wilderness Springs. And yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and let you guys go. This is your Monday evening update. And don't forget, we've got the Frontier Unlocked coming up on Wednesday. We'll be covering a video on that and whatever we learn and whatever we have in store for update 5. I think we'll learn more about that. We definitely think the sci-fi pack is returning from the original Planet Coaster. Beyond that, we don't know what the June plans are, but we're pretty sure towards the end of May, we're going to have the sci-fi pack in our hands. So anyways, guys, I'm Stan Wolf. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Don't forget to keep checking in with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.